Hello everyone and welcome to our webinar. Thank you so much for being here with us today. I'm Georgia Robinson from Cambridge University Press and Assessment, and today's speakers will be Curriculum Development Manager Rebecca Watkins-Wright and Head of Curriculum Professional Development Melissa Camargo. So in our webinar today, we will be exploring our new Cambridge Primary and Lower Secondary Modern Foreign Language programme. Rebecca Watkins-Wright will take us through the MFL curriculum and supporting materials in the first section. This will then be followed by Melissa Camargo, who will take us through our professional development offer. We'll then end answering your questions in our frequently asked questions. So let's get started. I'll now hand you over to Rebecca to begin the webinar.
Thank you, Georgia. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining today. My name is Rebecca Watkins-Wright, and I'm a member of the curriculum team here in Cambridge University Press and Assessment, and I was one of the members of the team responsible for developing Cambridge Primary and Lower Secondary Modern Foreign Languages. But first, I would like to give you a brief overview of the Cambridge Primary and Lower Secondary programme. And we're going to kick off with a very short poll. So just to get to know you a little bit more today, we would like to launch a quick poll, and we're going to be asking you, are you teaching any subjects in the Cambridge Primary or Lower Secondary programmes? So it'd just be great to know if some of you are already teaching some of our programmes. So thank you, Georgia. So please go ahead and select one of the options.
Wonderful. We can see lots of participating going on. We're at about 56%, so we'll just give it a couple more moments for people to continue answering.
So most people are doing something in our primary and lower secondary programme, but some of you are new. Wow, I think we've got 100% answered there.
Perfect. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. That's really interesting to know. So that's great to see that many of you are familiar with our programmes already, but some of you are new. So this webinar is for everyone. Okay, thank you very much. Should I end that poll, Georgia, or do I need to?
It has been ended. If it's still on your screen, then please click out of it. But thank you for your participation.
Thanks, everyone. Okay. So Cambridge Primary and Lower Secondary. So Cambridge Primary and Lower Secondary are key stages on our Cambridge pathway. They're designed to prepare learners for further study at upper secondary and beyond. We're proud to now offer a total of 13 subjects for schools to choose from, all supported by flexible assessment options and rigorous teaching and learning support. Before we introduce our new subject, Modern Foreign Language, it's worth looking at our approach at primary and lower secondary and how this underpins the updates we've made this year. A broad and balanced curriculum is key to our offer. We know schools value the flexibility we offer, as well as our high quality teaching and learning support. We've also developed programs that are adaptable to your needs and allow learners to see themselves in their learning. You'll see these areas reflected as we go through our new subject. So what subjects are available? This diagram shows our full subject offer at primary and lower secondary. And this slide highlights the holistic nature of our programme. So there's humanities and wellbeing, computing and science. You and your learners have the opportunity to explore a broad range of subjects in a way that suits your needs and your local context. And now to introduce our new Cambridge Primary and Lower Secondary Modern Foreign Languages curriculum. So first, another little poll, just to get you engaged in our languages here. So I'd like to ask you in the chat, please, to just let us know what languages that your students speak. So our modern foreign language curriculum is designed for any language, and I'd just like to invite you to share the different languages that your students speak, either first, second or foreign language at home or at school, just to get a sense of the variety of different languages being spoken.
Okay, we can see a number of languages coming through on the chat, which is wonderful. We've got Italian, French, Indonesian, Hindi.
Wow, coming up so quick.
Japanese, Mongolian. Wow, it's very
Swahili,
impressive.
Russian, Indonesian. Oh, this is so international. This is brilliant, everyone. Thank you so much. A real range. Yeah, we're a real global audience today. That's great. Thank you. Oh, nice to see some familiar faces, some familiar names in the audience there. Okay, great. Thanks, everyone. That's really lovely to see. Real range, English, Tamil, Indonesian. Fantastic. Thank you. Okay, so why modern foreign language? Well, we listen to our schools. And schools tell us they would like a modern foreign language curriculum in our primary and lower secondary programme. The addition of a foreign language curriculum supports our broad and balanced offer for 5 to 14-year-olds and helps learners become confident, multilingual communicators. The introduction of modern foreign language at the earliest stages on the pathway support a smooth progression to Cambridge IGCSE, meaning that learners will be better prepared. Learning a foreign language has many benefits. It can improve the process of learning, including memory, concentration, and problem solving. It develops cultural awareness and understanding, which can broaden learners' perception of the world. It can help improve learners' first language, as it encourages learners to think about the structure and grammar that they use in their first language. What will students learn in our Cambridge primary and lower secondary modern foreign language? So the aims of the curriculum describe at a high level what students will learn. So learners will develop a curiosity about languages and culture and how these shape their perceptions of the world. They'll recognise similarities and differences between languages. They'll enjoy learning and using languages. They will communicate effectively through reading, writing, speaking, and listening. They will develop awareness of the nature or features of languages and of language learning. And they will develop a solid foundation for studying a foreign language at IGCSE. Our curriculum also supports the Cambridge Learner attributes. These are responsible, so learners look for opportunities to use the new language to express themselves. Innovative, learners make connections to their own language to build on what they already know and are able to do. Confident, learners start to feel confident when using the new language, even if they don't get it right the first time. Engaged, learners are curious and enjoy learning about other languages, cultures, and perspectives. And reflective, learners consider how best to express themselves in the new language and learn how to improve their language skills. Enjoyment of learning and using a foreign language is an important theme in primary to encourage learners to continue with language learning at later stages. This includes developing learners' confidence when using a new language, even if learners do not get it right the first time, something that can become a barrier to language learning later on. This is a quote taken from our recent blog, Change for the Better, Why Curricula Can't Stand Still. And I can add that into the chat a little bit later. How is our modern foreign language curriculum taught? So the new framework is designed to be language agnostic. So we're not specifying any languages. It's a modern foreign language curriculum. Some schools will use it for French, German, or Spanish, but other schools we've talked to, for example, in South Asia, plan to use the framework to introduce regional languages. The curriculum framework details the key benefits and aims of the subject, and those of you who are already following subjects in our programme will be very familiar with our curriculum framework. It provides a comprehensive set of learning objectives detailing what learners should know and be able to do by the end of each stage. Our framework is designed to be generic. It is designed to be adapted and supplemented with activities to teach a specific foreign language, so your choice of foreign language. You can teach any foreign language using this framework with the exception of English. This is because the Cambridge primary and lower secondary programmes are designed to be delivered in a higher level of English. We already offer English and English as a second language as part of the primary and lower secondary programme. And I'll cover the level of modern foreign language in more detail on the next slide. Primary modern foreign language starts from stage 4. Typically, learners are aged 8 to 9 years old. And primary covers 3 stages, stages 4, 5, and 6. Starting at stage 4 allows learners to gain some transferable language learning strategies and skills from their first language before they start learning foreign languages. It may be appropriate to introduce the curriculum at a slightly different age to suit your circumstances, and we have included guidance on how to do this. Lower secondary starts at stage 7 and covers 3 stages, stages 7, 8, and 9. We have developed guidance for schools that want to cover all six stages of learning, stages 4 to 9, in just 3 years in the lower secondary curriculum. We recommend 2 hours of modern foreign language per week, which is about 60 hours per stage, to cover all of the learning objectives. But you can choose to vary the number of teaching hours according to your local context and needs. There are no formal assessments for modern foreign language. However, some form of assessment is important for foreign language learning and teaching, and it provides feedback to you and your learners on their progress and learning achievements. And we provide guidance about how learners can be assessed. Okay, so modern foreign language learning objectives are based on the Council of Europe's Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, the CEFR, which is used widely both within and beyond Europe to map learners' progression in second and foreign languages. The CEFR provides an international standard that is widely recognised for describing language ability. Alignment to the CEFR makes it easy for schools and parents to understand the level of the modern foreign language programme. Primary modern foreign language is aligned to pre-A1 and at the later stage, stage 6, A1. And the lower secondary modern foreign language is aligned to A1 to A2. Both programmes provide a solid foundation for the further study of a foreign language at Cambridge, IGCSE or O-level and beyond. Now a little bit about the structure of our curriculum. So we have divided learning objectives into 7 main areas called strands, most of which run through every stage. So they are listening, reading, speaking, writing, vocabulary, grammar, and cultural understanding. These 7 strands are further divided into substrands. So, for example, the grammar and vocabulary strands provide learners with linguistic features they need to engage with the language receptively, listening and reading, and productively, speaking and writing. The cultural understanding strand develops learners' empathy and understanding for people from other cultures and their cultural customs. Learning objectives for each stage describe what learners need to do, and the learning objectives in each stage are unique to that stage. Here are some learning objectives for stage 4, which is typically for learners aged 8 to 9. Each learning objective has a unique code, and these codes appear in our teaching and learning support materials, such as our lesson plans. Progression enables development of knowledge, understanding, and skills through a spiral approach by revisiting and engaging with topics and skills at deeper levels and in different contexts across the stages. As learners progress through the primary and lower secondary stages, languages and skills which have been studied previously should be reviewed, extended, and integrated into different practice tasks. This approach to learning is built into the curriculum framework. Learners build on what they have learned from previous stages. To enable effective progression in teaching, teachers need to be familiar with the progression of skills across stages. This helps to build on prior learning in every stage. Progression grids are available on our support sites. Topics and types of text. Topics give learners a stimulating context in which to develop skills. They provide contexts for the acquisition of vocabulary and the study of grammar and structures. Through the study of these topic areas, learners are exposed to authentic contexts and gain insight into the cultures of countries and communities where the language is spoken. For example, the vocabulary strand includes 4 substrands, 1 for each language skill, and we provide guidance on which topics and vocabulary are relevant at this stage of learning. So the example topics shown on the slide are from the vocabulary strand that we recommend are covered in stages 4 and 7. And I imagine those will look very familiar to any language teachers out there. Okay, so our teacher guides are designed to provide a suggested approach to the implementation of Cambridge Primary and Lower Secondary Modern Foreign Language. And again, for those of you who are already teaching one of our subjects or more than one of our subjects, this will be a familiar document. It includes an introduction to the Modern Foreign Language programme, including key features and overview of the curriculum. It includes step-by-step guidance on the planning process, guidance on effective teaching, including language and context, how to use an integrated approach, using projects and differentiation, including supporting native speakers in foreign language classrooms. It includes guidance on monitoring learners' progress and evaluating evidence to inform next steps for teaching and learning. And it also includes information about other support available from Cambridge. So you may already be familiar with this guide, and some of the information is repeated in other guides, but please do read this new guide for whenever you get a new subject, as it will help familiarise you with the new curriculum, especially section 2, overview of the new curriculum. Moving on to lesson plans. Our lesson plans provide examples of teaching and learning activities for any foreign language. They demonstrate how to deliver activities using teaching and learning approaches such as active learning, assessment for learning, and skills integration. They contain an example topic as a context for activities, success criteria, activities focused on selected learning objectives, opportunities for evaluating achievement of learning objectives to inform next steps for teaching and learning, and resources and opportunities for cross-curricular links. You can use the activities as suggested or adapt the materials to suit your context. And you don't have to use the ideas in the lesson plans. They're designed to indicate the types of activities you might use and the intended depth and breadth of each learning objective. You can choose to use other activities with a similar level of difficulty. Language learning is meaningful when it is presented and practiced in context. We encourage you to use contexts that are relevant and interesting to engage your learners in their learning and show how the language may be used outside the classroom. For example, presenting a learning objective about asking people for things, such as making simple purchases in the context of shopping. Ask learners to look at a selection of items, either online or in a catalogue, and discuss which one they want to buy. Learners practice what is relevant to them, have a clear purpose, and are encouraged to interact naturally. We recommend adopting an integrated approach to planning and teaching modern foreign language. Each lesson needs to provide opportunities to practice all 4 skills: listening, reading, speaking, and writing, as well as a learning objective from the cultural understanding strand where possible. For example, a stage 5 learning objective is understand every day familiar words and phrases without visuals. This draws on reading, listening, writing and speaking skills, and on different language features, including an ability to describe everyday objects and activities and to use prepositions of direction. Content and Language Integrated Learning, also known as CLIL. This integrated approach to learning can link content and language. This involves learning another subject, for example, science or mathematics, through a language, and learning a foreign language through studying other subjects. So, for example, at stage 5, learners can understand numbers, prices, and dates in maths topics. Projects are one way that you can embed foreign languages in the curriculum. Depending on the topic of the project and the medium in which it is presented, there may be opportunities to link the language with humanities, art and design, music, or digital literacy. All the examples that I've shown you for each approach are taken from our teacher guide, and you can find more guidance like this on our support sites for registered schools. How is modern foreign languages assessed? So there are no formal assessments for Cambridge Modern Foreign Language. However, some form of assessment is important for foreign language learning and teaching, as it provides feedback to both learners and teachers on progress and language learning achievements. Assessments allow teachers to monitor learners' language skill development and identify areas that need improvement. We provide guidance on how learners can be assessed in our assessment guidance. The assessment guidance covers purpose for assessment, assessment to give information about learners and inform next steps, assessment to summarize achievement over a period of learning to give a grade, and activities that can be used for assessing modern foreign language. The image on the right-hand side shows part of the lower secondary assessment guidance, which will help you give learners at the end of lower secondary an introductory experience to some of the assessment approaches that are used in Cambridge IGCSE. For IGCSE, learners are assessed on their ability to understand the language and to actively communicate in that language through the 4 skills: listening, reading, speaking, and writing. We have produced descriptors for lower secondary modern foreign language, which introduce this assessment approach. The descriptors are organised into the main 4 areas: listening, reading, speaking, and writing. And when used together, these aspects cover the skills, knowledge, and understanding that are expected of someone who has completed lower secondary modern foreign language. How can you adapt modern foreign language to your context? We have schools in 160 countries, so curricula need to offer choice and flexibility. First, you can choose any foreign language using our framework. Our primary framework starts from stage 4 and is designed for learners aged from 8 to 9 years old. But you can choose to start earlier than stage 4, and we provide guidance on how to do this. If you want to start in lower secondary, you can cover all the learning objectives for primary and lower secondary in 3 years. We explain how to add primary content to the lower secondary learning objectives so that there is a natural start to learning the language at stage 7 without prior knowledge. And so there is still progression towards IGCSE. Our curriculum is based on 2 hours of teaching each week, 60 hours for each stage, but you can choose how many teaching hours for your context. You can choose to integrate language into other subjects. You can collaborate with teachers of other subjects to incorporate foreign language learning into their lessons. You can plan extracurricular activities such as language clubs, cultural events, or language games. Finally, our lesson plans are designed to be adapted to your context, and you can choose other activities, but you can choose other activities with a similar level of difficulty from other resources if you choose. We provide a wide range of resources on our primary and lower secondary support sites, which are available to registered schools. If you already offer some of our primary and lower secondary subjects, you will be familiar with documents such as curriculum frameworks, progression grids, teacher guides, lesson plans, and assessment guidance for non-assessed subjects. We also provide suggested resources, a list of suggested websites for various languages to help learners get started, to help schools get started. A transition to Cambridge IGCSE guidance. This provides an overview of the modern foreign languages curricula across the Cambridge pathway and shows progression from primary and lower secondary modern foreign language to upper secondary. Specific resources for modern foreign language include our School Leaders Guide. This is based on the Cambridge Principles into Practice Languages Guide for Schools and is designed to promote foreign language learning and the introduction of a foreign language in schools. Parent fact sheets were developed following feedback from schools. The purpose of these documents is to explain what their children will be able to do and how parents can support foreign language learning at home. Our play-based activities are designed to promote enjoyment of language learning for younger learners. We also provide top tips and more information on teacher training to follow. Okay, so this is one of my last slides, I think. So these are the top tips available on our public website, also on our support site. It's a quick reference guide designed to provide guidance to schools, school leaders for successfully implementing Cambridge primary and lower secondary modern foreign language. And I would like to end with another quick poll. So before I hand over to my colleague, I would like to invite you to take part thinking about what you have heard about our flexible modern foreign language curricula. What languages could you use our framework to teach? Please add your suggestions in the chat. They might look very similar to the list you already sent. Hopefully a wide range. Okay, French and German, Afrikaans, Tamil, great. This is great to see the variety. This is what we'd hoped that our language curriculum would provide, the flexibility to choose a variety of different languages. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, thank you for listening. I will now hand over to my colleague, Milizi.
Hi, everyone. I'm Milizi. I'm the head of Curriculum PD at Cambridge. It's really great to be here with you today to talk about the professional development opportunities we have to support you in teaching primary and lower secondary modern foreign languages. Next slide, please. So to start, we will be offering online introduction courses. These courses, they are designed for teachers who are new to a Cambridge program. So they will run for 5 weeks and they will be led by an experienced Cambridge trainer. The fourth course will be offered in June this year, 2025, and I'll share soon how you can sign up, okay? One of the best things about these courses is how flexible they are. So our online courses, they are asynchronous, which means that there are no live sessions. So you don't need to be online at any specific time. You can work through the materials and complete the tasks whenever it suits you. So it makes it really easy to fit around your busy schedules as teachers. Over the 5 weeks, you will dive into different resources like documents, online content, and also tutor-led discussion forums. These forums, they're really good. It's a really fantastic way to connect with other teachers from around the world and also share your ideas and learn from each other's experiences. Next slide, please. To give you a better idea, let me walk you through what the course covers. So first, we will start with an introduction to the curriculum framework and the key content you will be teaching. So this will help you to get a solid understanding of the foundation you will be working with. You will get to know the Cambridge approach to teaching and learning. You will also engage with different activities and discussions focused on different teaching methods. For example, in this screen, we have an example of assessment for learning. So this is just one of the practical topics we will explore during the course. We will also help you get familiar with the curriculum goals and the learning objectives. And there will be plenty of space for reflection too. You will think about different teaching strategies and how you might bring them into your own lesson planning. And finally, you will review some recommended resources, and just as importantly, you will share ideas with other Cambridge trainers. So it's a great chance to learn not just from the course, but from each other as well. Next slide, please. This course is designed to help you explore key questions each week. So you will work alongside your tutor and your colleagues to deepen your understanding of the curriculum and the Cambridge teaching approach. For that, we suggest you set aside around 3 to 5 hours per week, but don't worry, you won't need to be online the whole time. That's just a ballpark of how much time you're going to spend. So that time might be spent reading materials or reflecting in your own teaching, but also joining discussions with the other participants. But to help you to stay on track, it's very clear which tasks you need to complete each week. Plus, your tutor will be there to support you, offering tips and guidance whenever you need it. If you are curious about how this course actually works and what it looks like, we have a demo course on our website that you can access. So it's a great way to get a feel for the structure and the content and see what you can expect. Next slide, please. Finally, if you're interested in booking our professional development course, you can check out what's coming up in our professional development calendar, which is in our website, and we will share a link with you as well. We also offer 20% discount if you book early, so it's worth keeping an eye on the deadlines for each course. For this one in particular, I think it's the 9th of April. If you book before that, you get the discount. So, because this one, like I said before, will be offered in June, okay? So we'll share a link with you so you can access these courses. Thank you very much for your time today. We really look forward to support you on your professional development journey with Cambridge. Thank you.
So this is to highlight the next steps. So if you're a registered Cambridge school, you can access Modern Foreign Languages straight away. You need to head to the School Support Hub for more information. If you're not a registered school and are interested in registering, there are 4 steps to doing this as seen on the screen here. We'll put a link in the chat to our website where you can find out more.
Well, I'm afraid that's all we have time for today. Thank you for all of your questions, and apologies if we did not get around to answering yours. Thanks also to Rebecca and Melissa for taking the time to present today. So that just leaves me to say, have a great day wherever you are, and thank you again on behalf of Cambridge University Press and Assessment. Goodbye for now.